Time to start Chapter 5.
How was it, Ki-chan?
So you went to Renaissance House. Wasn't it amazing?
It's nothing like that, alright? Right?
Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There was crammed with rows upon rows. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around town. Like the cake shop's mascot, Little Licky, the Tolemon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one?
But, so cute!
She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight. It's the bigger the better, just as long as it's big.
And her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before.
And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement?
Yep, I'll keep anything. How cute!
So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey Rena, you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute?
Yeah, cute is all I wanted!
The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Haminozawa in the not-so-distant future. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room? Did you do something?
How rude. Rika isn't some hoodlum like Kiachi-san.
Nothing like that, Kiachi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee.
Festival? The school cultural festival or something?
Ki-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival. The Watanagashi?
Oh, come to think of it, she did say there would be a festival at the shrine during the next break. So what is this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival?
I guess the last part is where you set things adrift in the river is a bit similar. Except we use cotton things like old worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's the festival expressing thanks for their years of service.
The people living in Haminozawa dump their futons and padded cloaks into a stream? Sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in it and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Well, man, I could smell it already.
That's just a summer camp. I'd never anticipated how destitute Kiachi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be.
What? What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly? It was written all over your face. What sort of face could I have expressed that expressed what I imagined just now? Rena demonstrated for me. I see. No argument there.
It's nothing fun like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together. I'll come and get you that day.
I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asked me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going.
You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year.
Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably
our club's summer tradition, the Watanagashi 4-demon firefight.
That sounds awful. What kind of name is that?
I think it's a cute name, though.
I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Kiichi is here this year, it becomes a 5 demons. Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence. So, how does this funky-sounding club activity tie into the festival?
Oh ho ho! This is where you exhibit skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities.
Exactly. We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations. But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any more problems this time.
So basically we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make any sense. I see, so we will be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rena was right, of course, that it would be a reason for the mayor to get angry.
But it's lots of fun!
That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near.
Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections?
Nay! Our voices rang out in unison.
When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This is really the most basic of table games. Playing with the marked deck again.
We'll use a new one today. There are no marks on these cards, so it'll be on equal footing.
I wonder if that really is the case. I will have to inspect them.
Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked out the cards.
Yes, these seem to be fine.
Are you satisfied? Then today, I guess we'll play President. That's good for 5 people.
Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of rules for it as well. Lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we called it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with 3 threes?
No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with a 4 of a kind, not 3.
Also, you know how the president sends a good card to the president? You know how the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that!
While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's with a new deck. Today I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So what shall today's penalty be?
About that, why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one?
Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting.
Oh, I'll write a nasty one and have Kiachi-san draw it.
It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself.
Just don't lose.
Oh wait, just don't lose.
Don't you know best? Oh,
know who was talking. Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody.
Then write down whatever and put it into this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Now then, what would be a good penalty?
Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave.
No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down.
Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt.
That's so sneaky,
Mion-san. She wrote no penalty, and the corner of the slip is folded.
I see. Just in case you lost, you grabbed the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That's a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out.
Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay?
Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Rena. Just don't lose.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write.
Rena was quite brutal, even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
I agree with that. I'm very curious what Rena's penalty is in particular.
Everybody's penalties are scary.
I still don't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like.
Basically, if you can't afford to lose the game... Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everybody here ready?
We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was being played in the middle. No need for Mion to tell them, but Rika-chan and Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Not needing to tell them. Okay. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Rena genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this. 3 and I'm out.
9. Nobody? 8? 7? I'm out.
5 and 5. I'm out. Then I'll discard this last one and I'm out.
Bah! I missed my chance.
The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today I could win.
Now then, Mi-chan, pull out one of those slips, okay?
Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper.
What? Who did this? Who wrote this?
Mion quivered and shrieked.
What is it? What is it? Ah!
Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. Hey, wait. How is this bad?
Kiachi-san, do you not understand? The principal is balding and ashamed of it.
Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face, but she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
The principal is a martial arts master.
He boasts about traveling around the world and perfecting his skills when he was younger.
He switched to teaching just after seeing the poor state of the education in Japan after the war.
He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head?
As club president, there is no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Hola!
She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to have done it without making a fuss?
Probably impossible. They say he's used to hunt. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence.
I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Explosion noise. A rumble shook through the classroom. That's the principal's aerial opener. Following the launcher with a jab-jab strong fierce combo. He's even using suddenly it's a fighting game. He's even using meter. He enhanced his moves. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo.
I don't want to know! I don't want to know!
Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there were no delinquents at this school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us.
Petted, is that good enough?
Mion said before collapsing.
She's alive at least. Now can we continue the game?
Monster.
I was amazed the person who made the club activities like these could say that.
But now, the worst penalty is gone now, right? Right?
Rena tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now.
I'm not holding back anymore. You all get yours.
The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell that the game had gotten more intense.
Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out.
I'm out as well. I'm out too.
3, I'm out now.
I lost!
And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena.
What kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder?
It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid?
Huh? What is this? This one, what do I need to do?
So basically, it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid.
Oh, okay, master.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she is awesome. Then, Rena, can you shuffle the cards and deal?
Yes, master.
I could just die right now.
And anyway, let's continue. Right?
Wait. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Rena?
Yes, master.
The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself.
Ha! I won't lose any more, I'm out.
I shan't lose either.
I'm out. Then with that, I'm out too.
I can't believe it! Is Rena...
Wait. Is she talking about herself, or is... I can't believe it. Is it Rena's loss again? Rena again. What kind of penalty would this be? Would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body.
That's just indecent!
Wait, no, that's not Rena. That's just indecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Ah, who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize.
That would be an Ig Nobel Prize.
Not good, not good. What was I thinking about was just written on my face.
Oh, Mi-chan!
Rena begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already.
Nope, nope, I won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man.
Understood, Master. I'll undress.
Whoa, what? I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothes. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing.
Is this fine, Master?
I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all.
Kiachi-san, whatever were you expecting?
Certainly we would choose not we would not have her strip if she weren't wearing PE clothes underneath. Satoko poked fun at me right now, but I can't hear it. Wait. Oh, that was still in Satoko's voice.
Certainly we'd not have her strip unless she wasn't wearing her PE clothes underneath.
Satoko poked fun at me right now, but I can't hear it.
Not bad, Ki-chan. This old man never would have thought you'd go after her like that.
You got me wrong. I didn't write that one.
Master didn't write this one?
Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me not to feel anything. Calm down, Kiachi Mabara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think of my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple. I win. Then I became a god. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? I was there. It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business.
Ah! How could my luck of the draw be so bad?
Satoko lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister.
Ugh. Fine. Oni-chan. Ugh.
Yes? The pleasure of making this little brat disgrace herself.
Ah, this old man loses again.
Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit.
No! That's the one I wanted for Ki-chan to get.
Yes. Mion's despair was like the sweet honey.
Master, I lost again.
Wait, aren't we up to like 5 losses? Because it was Mion, Rena, Satoko, Mion. There are no more penalties left. All of them have been used. Right? There are 5 people, 5 penalties? Okay, whatever.
Master, I've lost again!
Rena lost. I'll draw it for you. Magical fucking sixth lost thing. Let the person in first rest their head on your lap.
In this outfit, Master?
Yeah. She's not wearing a skirt, so it'll be her bare legs.
Ugh. Oni-chan, you're too good.
Satoko lost again. I'll draw it. He's just making these up right now, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Obey the person in first place. How about you give me a shoulder massage?
Fine, Oni-chan.
Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I'd realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Rena, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar and had taken on a little sister's properties. So he's daydreaming right now. This has to be. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit.
Oh, today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Eek! Please refrain from moving your head around so much.
I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams? What is it, Kiachi? I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she had continued to escape being last. Kiachi is quite greedy. It's said you should know when enough is enough. I know that very well, but how to say it, I feel like I wouldn't mind if I die now.
Hey! Master, please refrain from moving your head around.
You say that you wouldn't mind dying. Then that can be arranged. Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war.
Go, Rika-chan, go! Take him out!
Okay, so all of this actually is happening, or is this... How is this actually happening?
Defeat this archdevil of perversion.
I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who is always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but I pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe that you can defeat Kiachi-sama with just that? 2. Ace, ace, ace. 8, 8, 8, 8. Reversal. Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. The 4 of them have allied against me. That's it. You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal, reversal!
What? How could such a thing be?
Satoko let out a shriek. You simpletons. Using up all of her cards before calling out the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. I lost. Finally, you fall into my clutches. Now, pick one out. What? What? Now pick one out. Ooh, whatever that noise is supposed to be. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Even the penalties were as I wished. Seriously, how many penalties did they write down? Because it was definitely more than fucking 5. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Oh, this was so... I felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute.
Cute, isn't it? Oh, I want to take her home.
That wasn't me talking. That was the actual Rena. Mew. As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with an audible poof.
Rika-chan must take home! Taking her home! Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange.
I see. I still have one trick left.
Meown gasped, and dropped her fist onto her open palm.
If Rena must, she can take me home.
After Rena-san beats Kiachi-san, he can.
The thought that Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous! That Rena can defeat me! For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands like machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena's ecstatic expression, her head bobbling about.
Shall we, Kiachi-kun? Hurry!
My whole body already knew it already. I was going to lose.
No play. Nothing to play, Ki-chan. Whatever, Ki-chan. Then with this, I'm out.
Everyone cheered. I was spent. I've got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little.
Now then, I'll take this one out. Kiachi-san's penalty. This is it.
Everyone peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text and my face. All today I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there?
All.
Huh? Every penalty up until now. What? What the heck?
Kiachi-san, you should not be speaking like a little brother. You should not what?
You should oh wait.
Kiachi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother? Ugh.
Yes, Oni-chan.
Ugh.
Oh, this is quite addicting. Next I'll have you rub my shoulders. Kiachi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so do that other one, okay?
Ugh.
Yes, master.
Oh, Kiachi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again.
Nah, please spare me, master. Rena passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled on more than a communal doormat.
Next is from this old man. I'm going to have you fan me for a good long while, you know.
Foosh, foosh.
Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit.
Huh? That's for girls! Can't I wear the one for boys?
It was clearly written here. Wear a girl's swimsuit, as you can see.
Satoko was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was practically adorable, if I did say so myself. But those school swimsuit, whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right?
This old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not in shape, so even Ki-chan can fit into it.
The executioners surrounding me, wagging their fingers. No! My first thought, it was tight around the waist. Second thought, chest area was kinda loose. Third thought, crotch area was,
Kiachi-kun is bending forward. Cute.
You'll be ready after you wear these cat ears, bell and tail.
Ki-chan, want to look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably the best if you look.
The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, Master.
Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that.
Then, is this enough? I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped behind me without a sound. Not yet, Kyachi. There's still the first penalty left. In this get-up, Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Sir, excuse me.
Yes, please come in.
I stepped forwards into the principal's office. My bell collar jangled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I could not blame him. If in this sacred place of study, specifically in his office. Though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, and collar and tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. Well, I call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty. Rubbing the principal's head. Principal! I challenge you! I heard what sounded like a Zhangxing 3 times, his 3-gauge super. The principal said one thing to me.
What does it mean to be a man?
And in a heartbeat, I got owned. That tremor resounded throughout the Himenozawan twilight. And that was the first time I died. Rena was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home.
Man, that was intense. I didn't know Ki-chan was so good at President.
No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off in a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me until the day I die.
Ah, but it's fine, isn't it? You were able to do something to boast about for ages, too. Ha!
Huh. When she says it like that, we both smile at each other.
Oh, we meet again, Kyachi-kun.
It was Tomake-san. I felt like I'd been running into him quite often. Hey, take any good pictures?
Well, a few.
So, Tomake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear.
You sure get around. Today you already have a different girl.
It's not like that.
No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experiences when you're young.
Because Tomake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mio knew that what we were talking about without even hearing his whispering.
I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. T-Dog is quite the catch himself,
Huh? No, that isn't my attention.
Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya.
Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seems as if Mion knew Tomake-san quite well.
How's the year treating you, mister? Staying until the Watanagashi?
Yep, I plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo.
Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big award and become famous. You spent all your best years on photography after all.
I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s?
What does that matter when what you taste like? That's so gross.
Oh, look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark.
Tamake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion.
Now then, I'll see you both at the festival.
After waving a hand cheerfully, Tamake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi.
The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. I've had him promise he'll display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
So you know T-Dog-san?
Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider.
It sounded like you meet him all the time.
T-Dog-san comes around to Himenozawa regularly. Maybe 2-3 times a year. He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and wild birds, but, well, those photos are nothing to phone home about.
The image Mion painted of T-Dog-san was fairly unique. The T-Dog-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that? It seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like about the incident with the dismemberment.
Oh, you too? If so, you've got good instincts, Ki-chan.
She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. You knew about it too then, Mion?
Of course. He might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man.
Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all the apprehensions I had about T-Dog-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Himenozawa was. I could only guess. Oh, it was me. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk.
What is it, Ki-chan?
It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel so good.
What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Ki-chan?
We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Reina is doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now.
She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner.
It'd be great if she was able to take her home. If she was able to take her home. I wonder.
Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah, I feel the same. That head-petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan.
I thought so too. The only one that could get away with patting his head is Rika-chan after all.
Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Receive new tips. Community notice. We are greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone is in good health. The season for Watanagashi is finally upon us. I believe the assurance of the town council will make this a wonderful festival. I also wish to ask for assistance of everyone in regard to a few things. 1. Collecting bazaar goods. We look forward to a well-received Hamanazawa Grand Bazaar exhibition, holding a massive collection of excess goods and used clothing. No raw goods, please. Management, Makino telephone. 2. Recruiting Little Festival Drum Dancers. The renowned Little Festival Drum Dancers group is known for its cheerful choreography, and the Snowfu Society is taking last-minute participants. We are looking for any Showboat elementary and middle schoolers. Management, Kimonoashi telephone. 3. Taking donations. We are accepting donations in multiples of 1,000 yen. For every 1,000 yen donated, you will be awarded with a refreshment stand ticket. Management, Sonozaki telephone. We are always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival at all times. If you have an interesting idea, call Kimonoashi at telephone. There is a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below the cut line. So that's preparations for this festival. Kind of not very much adding to the mystery. Like, if this was an episode of the anime, this would kind of be filler. Like, other than the second part of it, where newly named T-Dog-san kind of was there and talking a bit, but didn't really add to the mystery there. It's just kind of you learn that he comes around a lot more than you would think. But yeah, that's the end of Chapter 5. Next will be Chapter 6. So see you next time on Higurashi When They Cry.